solar panel number 2 up. This one's on the front end of the van, and it is butted right up against the end caps, and it just fits within the fan there. It's perfect. So I bought a connector cable that's 4 feet long. The cables are just sitting underneath there, and I guess I'll have to do the other 2 another day because I have to get parts and I'm waiting for a shipment. I just got a notification from Alexa that my final set of solar panel brackets have arrived. So I'm gonna head out to the mailbox and get those. And I'm all ready to get that last set of panels mounted. Yes. Yes. There they are. This set of brackets is a little bit different than just having one panel. I just usually have this Unistrut on either side of the panel, but because I'm mounting 2 in the back, I'm going to have to take another piece of Unistrut, backing it up to this other one so that I can mount, both ways and have the support really for this, so it's not sitting on nothing. It needs that support. So it's a little different. It was a little more exacting, just a little bit more thinking and measuring, really measuring more than anything. But these are ready to be mounted, so now I'm going to screw and bolt them into these support beams. And then tomorrow, my son-in-law is going to come and help me lift them up on the roof. Boy, the days are getting really short. Sun's going down and I'm just wrapping this up. I put a second bracket here to support those 2. Honestly, I think I might even put something across here just to give it some additional support this way. But I think other than that, I'm all ready to get it up there. So I put 2 bolts through here, 1 each way. I've got things mounted sort of redundantly, and it seems really pretty strong. Before I get these last solar panels up, I'm actually taking some extra time to round the edges on these. The day that I threw the tarp up on the van, I gouged my hand right there on one of the, sharp corners. They're still sharp, but at least they're not as pointed as they were. The difference, there's one I've done. Look at how nice that is, and here's one I haven't done. Ooh, sharp. And my son-in-law will be here tomorrow to help me lift them up. Got all the panels up. I have all the wires connected, and I'm left with these 2. I connected the fuse. This is the inline fuse. It comes out of your last positive cable. And the next step is I'm going to clean up all these cables. I'm going to zip tie them into places so they're not flopping around like this. And then I've got to feed these 2 lines down into the gland. I think I gotta go in the van and pull that through. It's probably hitting in there. Yep. I gotta go inside and pull that through. There it is. Now you can see why you don't want any sharp edges up here. I'm gonna mark this cable right now. This is the negative line that I just pulled down from there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it. So when I'm pulling a bunch of lines, I don't get confused. So this is negative solar. There we go. All right, let's feed the positive one in now. First, put the cap on, and then just start feeding that through. I'll probably have to go inside and pull that one through too. Yep, I guess so. Be right back. Sorry, you fell down. All right, so papers are flying. Got a lot going on up here. All right, we're gonna feed that through now. It's a long line and it's a bit of tight quarters. So I might turn you off if I haven't already. All right, you get the gist of it. I'm gonna shut you off. All right, my solar kit came with, you see these fingers sticking out here? There's rubber grommets in there. And my solar kit came with 2 sets. So I suppose maybe they wear out over time. So the couple of things that I'm doing here was I made sure this was tight, this outer ring, because you could certainly have leakage there. And the final thing I'm gonna do now is just screw these down, and that should seal it. Tighten those down till it's good and snug, just where I can turn it with my hands, and that should create a watertight seal. When you tighten these down, all those little fingers that are in there around those rubber grommets squeeze together, and that's how it creates the watertight seal. I'm going to secure that with zip ties. Zip tying is actually a little tricky because the space that your hands are fitting into is really small. But there are holes on the underneath side of these panels that you can fit a zip tie through. So I just want to get that fuse up and out of the way, and I think I've done it. Okay, we're all set. I think the last couple things for me is I'm gonna order one longer cable up there. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a part sitting out there exposed to weather, and I'd rather have a longer cable so I can tuck that up. So I'm gonna order that cable and then zip tie it up. And then I'm gonna look at how people fasten these down when you have a gap between solar panels, because I don't want that flapping. I'm thinking some high bonding tape or something like that. Also, these corners, I rounded some of them after I learned they were sharp, but I've got some down there that are still really sharp, so I'm going to file those down too and just smooth them in so I'm not getting cut on them again. But that's it.